All right. Well, hello, everyone. It's nice to virtually meet you. And Kate and I want to welcome you and thank you for dropping into HeartMath and Horses. If you're here for the second session, welcome back. Kate and I are so excited to come again from the ranch in Longmont, Colorado, and from my living room in Los Angeles. Just a little bit about myself, and then Kate will introduce herself as well. I'm Jennifer Dickens. I'm a HeartMath certified coach mentor, and I'll be sharing with you wisdom from the heart as well as heart coherence skills to get you through these times. I've had some amazing healing and joyous experiences with equine coaching and with Kate, and have been to about 5 or 6 different types of workshops that she's facilitated. I've been to Sound Bath and Horses, Horse Wisdom, and the Medicine Wheel, Leadership with Horses, and she's done some horse circles. All have been so much fun for me because I'm such a city girl from Los Angeles. And so it's just so much fun to engage and interact with the wisdom of the horse, really tap in deeper into the heart. And I think with the heart activation I'll be doing and the heart work that she'll be doing, I think you guys will leave here wanting hopefully a little bit more. So with that, Kate, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited for you all to be here. Thank you for taking the time and having the interest in my opinion, two of the best ways to heal on the planet. And so we're really excited. As she mentioned, this is the second time we're doing this. Have had such a beautiful response. And essentially, we believe HeartMath and Horses go really well together. Jennifer and I actually were at a retreat for HeartMath in Tulum, and we wanted to do this in person, but with everything going on, decided let's bring this to people virtually, which is really great because we can serve more people that way. And there's folks from all over the world, which is so neat. So I am a huge fan of HeartMath, and first learned it many, many years ago through Greg Braden at a Hay House conference. And I have found that it's incredibly healing to do some of these methods, and they're fast and quick. And so we're going to introduce you to some of them today. If you're not familiar, or if you are, maybe it's just a way of deepening that. So my background is as an equine partnered life and career coach. I've loved and been with horses since I've been 10. But it was only until about 6 years ago or so that I realized that they are incredible healers and teachers, and have been very lucky to be mentored by many different incredible people in this space, and also have a certification in equine experiential education from E3A. And I have an eclectic approach, which you'll probably see today, but the intention really is to kind of blend these modalities, so to speak, to give you guys a deeper experience for yourselves today. And then if there's curiosity about how to incorporate this into your work, awesome. We can, we'll have questions at the end, and then, please feel free to reach out to us afterwards as well, because we're here to help. And, I'm glad there's so many equine folks on the call, so I will introduce you to the herd here when it becomes my part, but we're gonna start with Jennifer and then we'll pop over to the horses.
Excellent, thank you, Kate. And Kate, just for some reason there seems to be either some wind or static when you speak, so I'm not sure if that's something like if you adjusted your computer position, maybe it might be a little less before we move forward.
Yeah, that I will, I'll play around with positioning while you're doing your part, and there is a little bit of wind that did just pick up here.
Okay.
Colorado weather changes constantly.
The outdoor environment is a little bit more challenging, it's true.
A little bit of wind. I'll do my...
Okay, great. Well, let's start. I just want to ask you all, just so we'll do a little exercise to just get present, start the heart activation and getting into our heart. But first, I'd like you to just silence your smartphones and just take a moment to pull away from your current activities. Just allow yourself to be immersed into the nature of the ranch environment, as well as our our coaching environment here together. So if you could do that for me, that would be awesome. It'll help you be more present and just enjoy your experience with us this afternoon. So let's do an exercise together. I'm just going to lead us into what's called heart-focused breathing. So if you can just sit relaxed but with a straight back, and just relax your shoulders and relax your arms, and just shift your attention and shift your energy into your heart area, and just breathe deeply, as if you're breathing in and out of the chest area, as if you have a mouth that's physically breathing through your heart. And just take a deep breath in for about 5-6 seconds, and exhale for 5-6 seconds. Just rhythmically and slowly breathe in and breathe out. You can breathe in through your nose, if that's the natural way of breathing, or breathe in through your mouth, whichever you're most comfortable with. It doesn't really matter. It's just focusing your attention in your heart area as you're doing the slow and rhythmic breathing. So thank you for just taking that 30 seconds to 1 minute to just getting present, getting into the heart, so that you can experience this more fully. So what I'm going to share with you is a heart activation to uplift your spirit and help you just feel a bit more alive, compassionate, joyful. You'll learn how to reduce stress, anxiety, and any fears if you have them. You'll be able to deepen connections and communication with others, and just generally help you feel more resilient and healthy, vital, and well. You know, this is an entry point. It's a foundation of awakening your heart wisdom to just live life with more heart. In this heart activation, I'll just teach simple practices that can help you to deepen your heart connection and build more personal resilience. I'll also share with you some insights about the HeartMath Institute and their science-based techniques, which will change the way your body's physiology responds, and you'll learn how to create a state of inner ease and resilience, and just really tap into your heart wisdom. So I want to thank you for committing to yourself, to developing this new skill set, and to starting this journey with Kate and I. So let me start a little bit with about the science of the heart. You know, this will help deepen your understanding of its strength, its power and purpose beyond what you already know and or may be aware of. But today I'll only have a chance to go through 3 discoveries that HeartMath has made over the last over 20 years of research. So as you can imagine, there's a lot more. This is kind of like the tip on the pinhead, not even the tip of the iceberg, just the tip on the pinhead. But I thought I would share something with you just so you'd have an understanding of really the heart wisdom and intelligence and how powerful and radiant it is. So the heart has at least a 3 to 6 foot electromagnetic field. So what emanates from our heart directly affects our immediate environment, the people, the animals in our field. And the good news is that we can positively affect our environment through creating heart coherence, through creating that and then radiating it out to others, right? So you create a space of inner coherence, inner resilience, and radiate it out to others. So we can have a super positive impact on our environment. You know, just to give you an example, you know, when someone you love is in your field, you can kind of feel them. You might turn around, you can feel their energy, if they're upset, if they're angry, or if they're very amorous, or if they're very happy. You can feel all of that. And the reason why you can feel it is because you're feeling their electromagnetic field from their heart that's reaching out. The second area is that this is something that most people are not aware of unless they've studied the science of the heart, and that is from our outer environment. The heart receives information first from our outer environment and transmits information to our brain, which then tells the body how to respond. As a matter of fact, in some clinical studies, HeartMath discovered that the heart responds before a stimulus or event even happens. So what that means is there's even a predictive aspect of the heart. It actually can almost predict what's going to happen in your outer environment before it even happens. And the reason why this is because what the HeartMath Institute has found is that the heart has its own brain called the heart brain. And that's where the heart intelligence and wisdom comes from. And in activating the heart, we start hearing and listening to the heart brain and following the messages and the signs and the signals and the wisdom that we actually receive from this heart brain. Medical science has embraced this, and there's a new field of medicine known as neurocardiology, which is studying and understanding how the heart and brain communicate. And then the next area is intuition, right? What is it? It resonates from deep within us, and it is said to be generated through the heart. The heart wisdom is something that you're born with. It's a deeper place in your inner being, and the knowing of something, possibly this intuition or the knowing of something before it occurs is probably the heart brain intelligence. So, the HeartMath Institute is starting to develop the science why we have intuition, why we feel certain things in our environment, why if we are still, we can actually get the messages from our heart. So I just wanted to share those quick insights with you. You can learn, there's definitely a lot more tools and a lot more information about the science of the heart, but I just wanted to tap into it real quick. But the HeartMath Institute has a 90-minute program that teaches you more about the science of the heart. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the program URL, and I'm just going to drop it into the chat area. And what you can do is just copy that and into your browser, and you can go to that a little later after our class and just sign up for the HeartMath experience to learn more about the science of the heart if that's what you're interested in. So let's get a little bit into about awakening your heart wisdom. And the breathing practice we did at the beginning of this program was called heart-focused breathing. And heart-focused breathing is the foundation of all the HeartMath techniques. So it's worth taking the time to just get comfortable with that simple and effective step. It really just starts rekindling your deeper connection with your own heart, right? So some of the benefits of heart-focused breathing is that it helps save energy. It reduces the intensity or turns down the volume on any depleting emotions as you go through the day. It starts establishing a calm but alert state of being. And it helps you maintain composure as you go through your activities throughout the day. It can also help you shift and sustain balance when you emotionally get a bit out of balance or a little too into your head or a little too caught up of the drama of your emotions. You can just shift into your heart and do that heart-focused breathing. So when to use that heart-focused breathing, it's a practice that you can use on the go. It's an on-the-go technique, means you don't have to stop what you're doing to do it, right? You can be waiting in line, you can be sitting in rush hour traffic. Fortunately right now, since we're still in different phases of coming out of shelter at home, there isn't any rush hour traffic. And I can say that because I'm in Los Angeles, one of the busiest places on the planet for traffic. But you can use this just to, shift in and out of your heart, just to get into the practice to create a state of inner ease, a state of inner calm, a state of inner well-being. You can use it when you wake up in the morning, just shift into your heart, breathe in and out, maybe visualize what what a healthy, joyous day might look like for you. Set your intentions for the day. Maybe do that for a minute or 2 minutes, and then get up and go about your day. It'll really shift what comes to you throughout your day. You can also use it whenever you feel depleted, or whenever you start feeling confronted with any fear or anxiety or stress. It'll really just lower the intensity and just start shifting you back into coherence. So that's just a little bit of insight about a very simple practice. But what I really wanted to talk about in creating more love, joy, happiness, gratitude, appreciation, compassion, and empathy, which is part of the heart activation and part of some of the main qualities of the heart. So, you know, we all crave love and this regenerative feeling of the heart that I mentioned before, and the feelings which originally resonate deep in your heart, they come from deep within you, and activating the heart helps you magnetize and attract to you more of what you want to flow to you, to flow through you. So all of these qualities emanate and come actually from deep within you, and they can be self-generated. Love can be self-generated. Compassion, care, kindness, you know, appreciation, gratitude. This is all self-generated. You don't really need an external stimulus to create them. So the love that you're seeking, the happiness, the joy you're seeking is actually residing right within you. You just need to learn to dissolve the layers of years of hurt or pain or suffering or disappointment to access them. They're actually really just within your heart, waiting to be discovered and explored at a deeper level. So creating self-love is important in attracting more of the love that you want in your life, right? So let's just do a quick practice. We'll get into our heart a little bit deeper. This is going to be a couple-step practice. It's going to start with the heart-focused breathing that I talked about. So let's do this together. I'll just guide us through it. So again, shift your energy into your heart area and just focus on breathing in and out of the heart very, very more slowly and calmly than usual. And for this practice, you might want to relax your eyes closed. We'll go a few minutes longer with this one. So shift your energy into your heart, breathing in and out slowly and deeply. Breathe in for 6 seconds and breathe out for 6 seconds. Now activate a heart-based feeling of compassion or care or gratitude or appreciation or love. Just bring that feeling into your heart. Maybe you have to think about someone you love or someone you care so deeply about, or something in your life that you so appreciate and are grateful for. So think about it and then drop the thought and the visual and just bring in the feeling into your heart. All the while keeping your attention and energy in your heart area. Breathe slowly in and out, bringing in the feeling of compassion, care, love, gratitude, and appreciation. Now take this feeling in your heart and radiate it throughout your entire body. Let it permeate every particle of your being. Let it permeate every particle of your being. Now radiate this love and care and compassion to everyone in your immediate environment. Have it fill your room, fill your home. Radiate it even further out into your community and let it permeate the entire planet. Just radiate it with compassion and care and gratitude for all of humanity and everything that we're going through, and to Mother Earth for supporting us in such loving, nurturing, healthy, and radiant ways. All the while just breathing in and out of your heart, slowly and radiantly. Now you can come back into the room and come back into your body and take a deep breath in and just exhale it out. And when you're comfortable, you can just open up your eyes and come back into our session together and wiggle your fingers and toes if you like, or just get present to where we are here together. How was that for everyone? Do you mind just typing in the chat area and maybe just saying, oh, that was awesome, or that was a little difficult, or I felt this, if you felt a sensation in your heart area, or if you felt a sensation in your body, or whatever came to you, whatever you experienced. So I see peaceful, opening, relaxing, beautiful, really nice, strong feeling. Sense of ease, perfect. Yep, grounding. Oh, excellent, you dropped in very quickly. Wonderful, wonderful. So that's a simple 3-step process. So if you have a pen and paper, you can note down the first step is heart-focused breathing. The second is activating and sustaining a heart-based feeling of compassion, care, kindness, love, and just actually feeling the feeling, you know, whether you put yourself somewhere else to feel the feeling or bring someone into your vision, into your space to feel the feeling. And then you just radiate it out through your entire body and radiate it out to others, and then you come back in. So that's called the heart lock-in technique. So you can use that to, when you wake up in the morning, you can use that. It's a great practice to use before meditation, if you meditate. When things aren't going your way, or you want to just get more balanced and coherent, you can do the quick coherence practice. You can prep before walking into a meeting or presentation, right, when you're working, just to get more heart focused. You can use it when you get frustrated or angry. And this is also a great practice to use when you're sitting down to do some contemplation or journaling or thinking about your life. Bring your heart into that exercise. You know, if you want to just create the love, happiness, and joy that you're craving, you know, bring your heart into that contemplation practice. So I recommend spending at least 3 or 5 minutes in the morning, noon, and night in stillness, focus on creating this heart coherent state. And the more that you do this, the more coherent you become. So I'm glad that it looks like most of you had a good experience. So those were the qualities that I wanted to share. You know, those are the main qualities of starting a heart activation. You know, it's obviously just the tip of the iceberg, but, you know, in our program, that's all I have time to go through. But at the end, I'll share with you more opportunities to deepen your heart activation and really, really get into a space of allowing your heart to start directing your life more so that you can live life with more heart. And you'll start seeing things flow in your life more naturally, more readily, things that used to bug you or get under your skin don't bug you anymore, and things just start falling into place a little bit more readily because you're really flowing more with the process of life. So before I transition to Kate, I just wanted to bring up and mention that you know, Kate and I, when we put these programs, we do a lot of, we love doing them, and we love doing them for all of you, and we love doing them at no expense, because I know that a lot of people right now are going through a lot of hardship, and so we want to make this available for everyone to help them really connect with their heart, create that sense of inner ease. But you know, as you can imagine, there's a lot of prep and a lot of work that goes into putting these type of events. So we do have a love donation. And if you find it in your heart and you're able to donate a little bit, we would so greatly appreciate it. It does go to support also the horses and their needs, and just a little bit for Kate and I, you know, just to keep these going and make them, you know, keep them free for everyone. So I'm just going to drop in, you know, whether it's later after the our session, but I'm just going to drop in here just the link to our PayPal if you feel the desire and you have the ability to make a little donation. And then, or you can Venmo me if you're on Venmo at JennDickens.com, JENN Dickens.com. Or I mean, sorry, just Jenn Dickens, no .com. So just wanted to mention that, and without further ado, I will transition back to Kate at the Mother Ranch, where they're eagerly awaiting us.
Thank you. That was lovely. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. As soon as it's like, oh, it's the horses' turns, they actually came right up here next to us. So you will get to meet them here in a second after I do a little intro, but they just came, for the most part, they've been behind me. And, you know, for those of you who had it on gallery view and can see everyone's faces, Sweetness was here through the whole process with you, Jennifer, really just stepping into a lot of sending you his love. So,
thank you.
Yeah, and this is Miss Rain. She's already like, oh, it's time to do some work. Yes. I think these guys miss having clients in person. So the wind is either on or it's completely off. So if it gets to be a little too windy and it's bothering the audio, please just let me know and I'll do my best to adjust.
It sounds good right now.
Great. All right. So they are all, as Sweetness was here before, what I was doing is I was kind of trying to bring in his big heart energy and send it to all of you. And as soon as you all finished, we all finished Jennifer's piece, what I thought was really neat was the horses were up here all standing almost like spokes in a wheel in a circle. So we created some connection. And right now the two mares are right next to me. So this is Rain. She's the lead mare here at the Mother Ranch. And this is Salita. She was a big fan favorite last time, for those of you that remember. And I told them, I'm like, all right, you know, we have to do some heart work here. So they all got very excited. So I'm going to do just a quick intro, and then we're going to jump into some exercises with them. I love that Rain does not normally do this, so this is pretty cool. She's literally right here. That is the spot that she likes to itch on, but I feel like she's really kind of helping us to take a deep breath. And one of the things the horses have been saying lately is to open our hearts, but to ground at the same time. And so for those aware of the chakra systems, the heart is the fourth chakra and up. And that can feel like a very kind of enlightening, more spiritual experience. And the lower chakras really keep us connected to the earth. And so, again, she's never done this on a Zoom call, and she's pretty intentional, as are all the horses. So take a moment and just drop into your feet, wiggle your toes inside of your shoes. Or if they're on the ground, just wiggle them and see if you can feel more of your feet. See if you can let your feet get even heavier. And now through the breath, see if you can connect your heart, which you just beautifully opened through Jennifer's processes in HeartMath, and drop that energy, the open, beautiful heart awareness. See if you can drop it all the way down to your feet. Rain is like shaking off a lot, licking and chewing, and she just moved away. She said, nice work, everyone. You just did that. So the horses, many of you know because you work with them, but the horses have hearts about 5 times the size of ours. And so their heart electromagnetic field is much larger than ours and incredibly powerful. So there's really a huge opportunity to drop into their heart space when we're with them. And honestly, everything is just energy. So you can do that here today too. You don't necessarily have to be with them. And for those of you who maybe can't get out to be with horses right now, this is something that in meditation, in a closed eye process, in hand on heart, feet on the ground, you can really connect in with either your heart horse who's alive or maybe has passed, and you can connect into the heart of the horses. Sweetness is doing a little roll here for everyone to see right across from us. Good boy. So, because one of the things I love about HeartMath, good boy, you coming back? Okay. He's like, we just did some clearing, and he's right here with us. You want to say hi to everyone again? Everyone loves seeing you, buddy. Another ranch favorite. So, because one of the things I love so much about HeartMath is the science and the research, because I feel like it brings, Midnight's now joining us. Can you say hi to everyone? First time I brought a laptop out, he was like, I have no idea what that is, and he's getting used to it. So proud of you, buddy. Good job. Yeah. So you'll get to meet these guys in a minute, but kind of the HeartMath piece around the research and the science, I feel like it grounds these more like esoteric or spiritual type concepts around being heart-centered, right? Which we've heard for a long time. And so I love that there's real science behind HeartMath. And what I find so cool is that there's now science behind the human-animal bond. So HABRI, the Human Animal Bond Research Institute, which is based out of Maryland, they have more studied companion animals like pets, cats, and dogs. But many of us have horses as companion animals. Thanks for being with me, buddy. Thanks for being with all of us. So glad he doesn't always do this either. So you guys are in for a treat. They're all right around us right now. So just to kind of run through really quickly, we might know these things, but it's really nice to just see this. They've really done some studies around comparing having animals versus people who don't have animals. And those that do have lower blood pressure, lower heart rate, lower heart disease risk, fewer annual doctor visits, a lower likelihood of taking medicine for sleeping problems, higher self-reported fitness and health, a tendency to exercise more. They've also looked at how, sharing animal photos on social media has increased social bonding, which I think has really been, for those of you who follow me on all the social platforms, my focus over the last few weeks is to just bring the goats and the horses and the ranch to nature to as many people as possible, because I think it's so important right now that, we're reminded that there's a whole natural world out there that is certainly affected by this, but not in story about it and not in kind of upset about it. It's nice to remind ourselves that that is also existing simultaneously as we go through what we're going through. So one of the things that I love is there's also studies around 10 minutes of petting a cat or a dog can reduce the stress hormones in your body. And it is very much the same for the horses. As you can see, I've been really kind of petting Sweetness here. And for those of us that do work with equines, we know how much they help to reduce our stress. So again, like you can, because it's all energy, you can picture yourself right now, even giving him some scratches and feel into your body and see what it might feel like. And you can even close your eyes and just kind of picturing yourself here, giving him some scratches, giving him some of that petting and lowering your stress hormones. And Winter has joined us. And we're going to do an exercise with all these guys here in a minute. And so the other piece that I love in the science is there's been, you want to say hi? Okay. Hi. Big boy. Hi. I love how curious and used to computer they are now, since I've done so many many things with them. So the thing that we're going to do next is based off of essentially this, that they say making eye contact with your pet causes you to experience surges of oxytocin, and that is the neurotransmitter associated with love. It's released when mothers look at their children. And so there's a reason this place is called the Mother Ranch. I actually used to call my mare Mom. So this place was very much guided after she passed for me to be here. And even with Solita, who looks exactly like my old mare Lindsay. And so what we're gonna do is essentially an oxytocin party right now, where you're gonna connect into the eyes of each of these equines. And since this theme is about the qualities of the heart, I want you to jot down for yourself the one or two, there's more, great, kind of heart qualities that you see in each of these equines, right? And many of you mentioned before, like words calming, loving, beautiful, peaceful. I love all of that. Expansiveness, grounding. So each of these equines are very different, just like each of us. Each of them are precious and enough as they are, just like each of us. And so as you look into their eyes, and it's totally okay if emotion comes up, because again, those of you who work with horses know that they surface a lot of emotion. On my way over here this morning, I was dropping into my heart to prepare for this, and I just started to cry. And a lot of it was based on what's going on in the world right now and some of the tough news we've seen recently. And realizing that sometimes as we drop into the heart, we may first feel some of the sadness that's there. I realized that for me, I had kind of some walls up around just trying to protect myself as we're in this very uncertain time. And so I just went in, and some of it was also traced to childhood and just the experience of what anger is, right, in the world, the experience of what violence is in the world, and some of the stuff we're seeing, the experience of injustice, whatever it may be, and how it had been in my heart, almost kind of in that it locked in. So what's so powerful about HeartMath is that we can unlock, and same with the horses, we can unlock some of the grief or the barriers that we've put up to giving and receiving love and to being in our heart space, but we may have to feel them. I know when I was at Tulum, me and many others in the HeartMath retreat we had to sob our way into some of the heart opening because of stuff that maybe was there. And many of you, I would imagine, are very highly sensitive and very empathic. So it's just a time to be extra gentle with ourselves, to be extra sensitive to our needs, and to give ourselves, just fill ourselves up. So the goal right now is, what do you see in each of these equines? What is the quality of the heart? Feel free to drop it in the chat, because it'd be really neat to see if there are similarities, right? If you all think sweetness has a certain heart quality. And then I'll share a little bit after we're done doing that. So I'm just gonna walk you around, and I'll say their names, but I'm not gonna say much else. You're just gonna have a silent process kind of connecting in through their eyes, through a process that I like to call, that I got from my master's program in spiritual psychology. It's a process called soul gazing, but hopefully some of the oxytocin comes in, because I think we all need that right now. All right, we'll start with Sweetness since he's right here. This is Winter. This is Midnight. This is Rain. This is Phoenix. Phoenix. This is Solita. All right, so that is the herd. And so part of this process is very much about accessing your own intuition in the sense of like, what is it that you see in these horses? You're gonna finish the class with us? That'd be great. All right, so I love that. So we're seeing, love it. Stillness, present, secure, independent. Phoenix is definitely still adjusting. She's only been here a few days. Stability, playful heart, Solita, curious, hungry, confident, strength, unruffled, encouraging. So I love it. And because we've got Winter right here, I'm gonna do just a process that you guys can do with horses wherever you are, because he's offering and presenting it. And there's actually two exercises we're gonna do right here with Mr. Winter. So the thing that I wanna share about the qualities of the heart here is that whatever you saw in these horses also lives in you. You would not be able to access it or claim it or know it if it didn't already live in you. So I would encourage you to maybe circle of the ones that you wrote down, maybe circle the ones that you have yet to give yourself some credit for, that you really want to potentially either work into an affirmation like, I am unruffled and confident, right? That will help you grow it, working with the affirmations on a daily basis. A lot of my private clients come up with their own powerful affirmation statement that they say daily, and it really changes things for them. When I look back at when I was happiest in my life, it was when I was doing like a ton of affirmation work. And the way that I also work with affirmations is it is very much about, if you're not fully believing it, to say, I am willing. I am willing to see myself as confident, if you're not yet in that place of feeling full confidence. I am willing to experience being unruffled more often, right? One of the horses blew out on that. The horses would love to see all of us a little more unruffled. That's such a cool word. And one of them just showed us what it's like to have an experience of what it's like to be ruffled. So the lead mare over here pushed Winter out of the way. And it happens here. But as you can see, it happened, obviously, divine serendipity right now. It maybe startled him. He got ruffled for a second, but how perfect is it that he's able to drop back right now and to just chill? You might want to give us some crown healing since we're all going through some crown corona stuff. So take a deep breath. I'll let it go. See if you can feel like you're breathing and receiving this head healing. Well, I wasn't expecting that, you guys. So curious how you guys are all feeling, or how, if you could receive that or feel that. Feel free to drop that in the chat. What Winter said to me, and when that happened, is he said, this is what real trust looks like. There's also a lot of love, which is why I tear up, because it's just really powerful, as those of you who work with horses know how powerful it is. And there was a time in my life when there was no way I would cry in front of another human being, let alone 40 people on a Zoom. But this is for you guys, because ultimately, the horses so badly want to help us get into our hearts and live from there. And so I was planning on doing another trust exercise to show you with Winter. And he made it very clear that this is the one he wanted you guys to experience. So he wanted you to feel that. And I encourage you that you, whenever you're in meditation or whenever you're doing heart math exercises, that you can picture a horse's nose, whether it's a horse that you know, or you can bring in Winter because he's happy to do it, and drop into what would it be like to have a really big nostril right up against your head, to drop out of our heads. We are so conditioned to live in our heads. Drop out of our heads, drop into not just our heart, but also our feet, into our full bodies, so we can live more powerfully and share our gifts and raise the consciousness of this planet, because it's needed. So that went a little longer than I expected, so thank you guys for being patient. I flow with these guys. I want to leave some time to complete this, but the stuff that I was going to show you, he made it really clear, and so did Rain by her, you know, kind of pushing him off. In many ways, she's like, go do this, and he's so on board. So I hope you guys can feel him. Let me see. I'm going to give you more of him. There we go. Woo. Yeah. So feel free to bring in that energy of a horse nuzzle. When you close your eyes, and I tell you right now, if I closed your eyes and told you to picture a pink elephant, you could all do it. That's the power of the imagination. So in your meditation, or when you're with horses, if you want to open up to that place of trust, this is what you get. This is what you get, right? I don't view a horse in my space as rude, and there are other equine people that will disagree with me, and that's okay, because I know what happens when I step into trust with these guys. So I encourage you to bring that horse nose, whether it's landing on your heart, landing on your head, landing on your throat, in your meditations when you're doing heart math exercises, and see if you can bring in the power of the horse, the power of their hearts. And I hope many of you felt that. So feel free to watch it again too in the recording. Thanks, buddy. I'm so grateful to you right now. Thank you. All right. Oh, I'm gonna keep crying if I keep talking. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. And then Jennifer, since I'm not in a linear mind at the moment, what do we have to do to wrap up?
Sure. Oh my God, he's amazing. I just can't stop smiling because, you know, I've had that experience with Jane, right?
Yeah.
This whole like staying up against your head and building the trust. And he's just so here for all of us. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Rain.
Oh, this one's Winter. This is Winter. He looks like Rain. Rain's right around the corner.
I get the two.
Yeah.
So similar. I get them confused. Thank you.
They're like siblings. They act like siblings too. But he's our big gelding. And he's huge, and he is all stability and all support. And curious what else you guys said about him.
Well, there's a lot of feedback and a lot of comments. I love this. Made me feel there was so much love, needed that release. Yes, I'm smiling. I can't even stop smiling. I have to tell you, I'm like this big grin, like a Cheshire cat. Perfect. So I want to let all of you in the group know that if you would like to save this chat thread, you can go in the chat area in the bottom, like as if you're going to type a message, and there's a little spot with 3 dots. If you click on it, it says save chat. You can click on save chat, and then it'll download to your computer. So if you want to read that later and see what people's comments are, it's always fun to see, and it might even remind you, you know, of this whole experience and what it was all about. So thank you for that, Kate, and Winter, and Salida, and Rain, and Phoenix, and all of them. They are so present for us in these HeartMath and Horses. And last time Salida was so present. This time we have, like, I feel like Winter's gonna like walk right into my living room. So I just love it. Thank you. And thank you, Mother Ranch, for having this experience in your beautiful space. So I just wanted to close. I'll close by sharing a few opportunities to deepen your heart activation with me, and then Kate's going to share some upcoming opportunities as well. And we'll go ahead and we'll email you a follow-up with some of the details on how to access them. But to deepen your heart.
Quick thing, Jennifer, people are asking in the chat what your Venmo is. Is it at JENN Dickens with nothing in between?
Yes, it's at JENNDICKENS.
On Venmo.
Yeah, and on Venmo, and I'm in Santa Monica. So, and you should see my picture there. So thank you for that. We really appreciate that. So yeah, you can deepen, I know we're coming down to the hour, so so you can just deepen your heart activation. I do a heart activation, a group heart activation coaching. And, you know, just so you know, this was like the tip, and with personal and group coaching, it just increases your success rate by like about 60% to really achieve your goal of awakening your heart wisdom and deeply activating the qualities of your heart so that you live life with more heart. So there is a group coaching program starting next Thursday, late afternoon, Pacific time, and early evening. So 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. On the East Coast. And then I also do hold Tuesday noon basic group coaching, and that's at no fee. So I'll get you that information about that in the follow-up email. And then of course, one-on-one coaching if you want to work through some things in your life where you have a vision, but you want to really flesh it out and make sure that your heart is engaged in developing whatever you want to create for your future, then some private one-on-one coaching is probably best for that. And we'll send that to you in a follow-up email along with the recording of this session so that you can watch it another time if you like. So on my end, that's all I had. That gives you a little breather, Kate. So if you want to share other opportunities for them to get involved with you, that would be wonderful.
Sure. Thank you guys so much for being here. I mean, this is so awesome. So thank you. I hope you feel lighter. That's one of my intentions always, is that people feel lighter. So a couple things, and if you guys want to ping me your email just so that you know of future stuff, that would probably work best. So my email, I'll put it in the chat, is consciousrockstar@gmail.com. Website's consciousrockstar.com, which is changing. The kind of the virtual offerings, which is more of these guys, kind of more of this, but with some different things. So every Sunday at Noon Mountain, I'm doing Heaven on Earth with the critters. So we spend time with the horses in meditation, do a wisdom sharing on a certain topic. And then we end with the goats, the baby goats, or a whole nother ball of fun and teaching. And then there's a full moon meditation coming up at 8:30 p.m. Mountain on the full moon on June 5th. And then horse wisdom readings, which is I go to the horse that you feel most drawn to, and we bring in a message specifically for you based on a question that you have that you would like some support or help around, some clarity around. And I get the guidance directly from the horse. So that next one is I believe 1 p.m. on June 10th. So you'll see more of that stuff. And yeah, feel free to kind of email us. We'd love to know your thoughts. If you guys have testimonials you want to share, we are happy to receive those. Certainly happy to receive love donations. It just supports all of the work and creates an exchange. And, you know, I just really encourage you guys to kind of take in the what you learned today and this experience, and just bring your heart out into the world, because we need more open hearts right now. And he was reminding me to share that one of the qualities of the heart is vulnerability. So there's perfect protection in perfect vulnerability. And you know, Brene Brown has launched an entire career on the one word vulnerability. So, you know, there's a lot there, guys, and just be willing to step into that space, because it actually just creates more heart connection. And Yeah. The horses want you to know that they love you. So thank you so much. I'm grateful you guys are all here.
Thank you everyone for joining us and for making this such an amazing event. I can feel everyone's heart and the joy and feel you, Kate, and all the horses from the Mother Ranch, as well as Sweetness. And so hopefully we'll see you at one of our upcoming ways to deepen the heart, deepen your own heart wisdom, tap into horse heart wisdom, and have a blessed and joyous day, and take this feeling with you throughout the rest of your day and week, and we will see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Let's get a screen grab, Jennifer, real quick. Forgot to do that.
I did one.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye.